asked me when I was gonna take her home to Cleveland. She was just your type, dark hair and with the green-brown eyes. Real smart and she cleaned up nice. They asked me why, said if you really need a reason. Well, I'm looking for a girl that's fine. If I drive a Civic and she does not mind, riding in it with the windows down, cranking Steve, Winwood loud next to me. I'm looking for a girl who's seen house-blown speakers and a broke AC, and a two-seater with a 250,000 miles on the motor, and she was looking for that Range Rover. When she was searching for designer homes, the custom kitchen with the Viking stove, saving pictures on that big iPhone, you know the one. And she hated beer, she didn't catch a college game all year. She was way too into my career. She tried to pick the single and it all came clear that I was looking for a girl that's fine. If I drive a Civic and she does not mind, riding in it with the windows down, cranking Steve, Winwood loud next to me. I'm looking for a girl who's seen house-blown speakers and a broke AC, and a two-seater with a 250,000 miles on the motor, and she was looking for that Range Rover. She just wants that, she wants that Range Rover. Just wants that Range Rover. Well, she was looking for that Range Rover. I was in a Civic. I tried to take a road trip and she just wasn't with it. If this music wasn't paying, she'd have left me in a minute. Left me in a minute. Oh, I'm looking for a girl that's fine. If I drive a Civic and she does not mind, riding in it with the windows down, cranking Steve, Winwood loud next to me. I'm looking for a girl who's seen house-blown speakers and a broke AC, and a two-seater with a 250,000 miles on the motor, and she was looking for that Range Rover. She just wants that, she wants that Range Rover. Just wants that Range Rover.
Welcome to the Knapp Daddy Racing League, where the competition is high and the theatrics are higher.
They bring it down the stretch one last time.
It's sputtering. He's shaking it.
It's sputtering. Brandon Lopez wins it at Charlotte in one of the greatest fuel strategies you will see.
It's close battles, tight racing, and non-stop action. Y'all ready?
Come to the home stretch for the final time. I think Ty Roberts is running out of gas. Ronald Breland's running out of gas. Ronald Breland going to be your winner of the very first race.
Get loud. Get ready.
It is going to be Hunter Simpson taking the race here at Austin. Right there on that checkered line. It is going to burn it down with a well-earned and deserved victory.
Let's go. It's the Knapp Daddy Racing League, only on the Knapp Daddy Racing channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Knapp Daddy Racing. Welcome back to the Knapp Daddy Racing League, and welcome back to Talladega Super Speedway. We have got a fun one here ahead of us tonight. About 5 minutes left of practice before we get over to all of our racing action tonight. As always, up here in the booth, my name is Hunter Foley, up here with my broadcast partners, Jonathan Smith and our very own Baker Knapp, namesake of the company, and also very glad to have them up here in the booth with us here tonight. Before we get over to the exciting racing action we have coming up ahead of us tonight, I want to make sure we shout out the sponsor, which is, us. If you or someone you know would like to be a sponsor on one of these Knapp Daddy Racing League races and streams, please feel free to reach out to one of the admins, or myself, John, or Baker would be happy to set you up with the very best ad read that we can do. But until that time, we will just do our little shameless self-promotion. For those that don't know, Knapp Daddy Racing is named after our very own Baker Knapp, and myself and John kind of got this thing going about 2 years ago. Originally starting as a iRacing design shop, we've expanded to try to be your one-stop shop for any and all things iRacing. Check out the website at knappdaddyracing.com for all of your custom design, template, or logo needs. Be sure to grab some of the free content available on the website as well. Even if you're not into iRacing, grab a t-shirt, grab a hat, help support the boys. Check us out here on most Monday nights for the Knapp Daddy Racing League, on Thursday nights over on Doghouse Racing TV for their Group 6 Cup Series, and on all social medias for the most part. Every once in a while you can find us over there, but as for right now, it is Monday, and we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. There's 10 people in the stream right now. Thank you for coming out. As always, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you have not. Make sure you don't miss any of the racing action we have coming your way for the rest of the season. And as always, get loud in the comments. Cheer on your favorite drivers. Got Jamie Horn in here, watching from the Bahamas. our very own Jamie Horn joined in from vacation for what I can only imagine is a well-deserved vacation. Let's go Bonomo. And then he also said, and Trust. So I'm going to read that as that's more supported for Bonomo, but like he wants Trust to also feel supported. Steve Bonomo in that number 12 car, currently going to be 9th in the practice time. Brandon Trust currently going to be sitting in P14 for our practice time. Josh Cully with the fastest practice time so far with a 51.27, but got about 2 minutes left of practice here before we get over to our qualifying for Dega. Again, some people may argue back and forth whether qualifying at Dega means anything or not, but I will leave that for more intelligent people to discuss. But with that being said, let me turn it over to our broadcast partners, Baker Knapp and Jonathan Smith, to say something more intelligent about this race before we get things started. Boys, it's all yours.
Well, just to piggyback on you saying qualifying doesn't matter, I actually kind of agree with you. But what it does give us is a good taste of, who might have some good speed. That's probably the only thing we can kind of look forward to is who's going to, have that track position to start and who's going to have some good speed in their car. Obviously, all these cars are a fixed setup, so everyone's got the same pace. But things can change. So it's going to be good to, see who wants to be up front to start, who's going to maybe start in the back to try fuel strategy from the beginning. I hate to say that, but it's always going to be a thing. These guys are going to go out here and race hard no matter what, even if it's fuel saving or trying to be up front in the lead. However the strategy falls, I think we're going to be in for a great race tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Going to be a little bit of a longer one as well, doing 80 laps here tonight at Talladega. Stage break is going to be coming on, I believe it's going to be lap 35 tonight. Yeah, it is lap 35, so a little before halfway. Give the guys something to think about in terms of fuel and tire strategy. Got 4 sets of tires, so that's 3 behind the wall, 1 on the car. 70% fuel capacity for these drivers here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway on what is going to be a very, very hot track, 129 degrees out on the track right now. And then again, these guys do have 1 fast repair available to them if they do need it. It's kind of Talladega is actually kind of one of the tracks we were thinking about when we did input the 1 fast repair. One of those tracks where it is really easy to get caught up in something that isn't your fault, and while we're trying to kind of keep building the car count out here and get more guys involved, you'd hate to have one sort of Talladega accident take out half your track, and then nobody else is out there in the race. It's like kind of what we just saw on the screen a few minutes ago there. But other than that, that's more or less what we're going to be looking at tonight. I believe we're going to have 21 of your favorite drivers out here with us tonight as we get ready to turn over to qualifying. And we will see who all decides to take it out there and put down a qualifying lap for us here tonight. Baker, what's kind of your thoughts on Talladega? How do you like racing at Talladega, and what's your kind of strategy going through a Talladega race, especially a little bit of a longer one like this?
Yeah, this is a long one. Having the fast repair makes a huge difference, honestly. For me, whenever I didn't have a fast repair, I always was one that would ride in the back until the end of the race. Kind of one of those that I'd rather keep my car clean because the pay window opens at the end of the race. Anything before then, I don't want to tear my car up before that. But I mean, with that fast repair, I think that's going to make, a little bit of a game changer for these guys. You kind of feel like you can go out there and be aggressive from the beginning if you want to. Fuel strategy comes into play, I think, on that last stop primarily, just because you can have a shorter pit stop if you're only taking fuel, if you're not taking tires. But, I mean, it's kind of if you want to be aggressive, if you want to get up front, you get some practice of running with the guys up there. That's kind of the one goal of getting up front. But if you take your time in the back, just kind of ride around, chill, maybe not get too anxious or stressed out until the end of the race. You might also have more mental stamina, I guess you could say, to go out there at the end of the race and to push it and try to win.
Yeah. Jamie Horn also in the comments saying Trust does the opposite of what I say, so there is that. Gonna have to check back in with Jamie Horn to see if he's commenting to Trust to go or to slow down, just to kind of try to throw it one way or the other. But do have a couple guys out there putting down a qualifying lap. Brandon Lopez out there, Gary Armijo, Ty Robertson, Hunter Smith, Steve Bonomo, Greg McConey also out there putting down a qualifying lap with a new paint scheme for him tonight. He's got the what is that? The Trash Ease. The Trash Panda's Lightning McQueen car.
Yeah, the Trash Panda guys have some pretty fun paint schemes tonight. I don't know if you've looked at Zach Baker as well. He's got a good one also.
Crash Oko.
Yes.
That's pretty good stuff. I like that.
Bring a little ka-chow to Talladega right there.
I mean, it is the place to do it. If there is any place to run a ka-chow paint scheme, it is Talladega. But Richard Wilson coming out there turning in a hot lap for qualifying. That's going to give him P1 as things stand right now with almost 2 minutes left remaining in qualifying here. Then Brian Gibbons, that number 74 Interstate Batteries machine, going to grab it for a second, but then Steve Bonomo bouncing back up, and he's going to take the number 1 position. Ira Kohlhaas now with a 53.685. Your new qualifying leader here. But again, that's one of the both dangerous and beautiful things about Talladega is it doesn't really matter kind of how much you've been racing this year or what your experience is necessarily, or how fast you qualify, or how well you felt in practice or whatever. Talladega is one of those races where if you play your cards right, plan your pit stops out okay, and above all else manage to stay out of the big one, you can be there at the end and be there in the position to win. I mean, this is one of those tracks that I know a lot of people have circled on the calendar in terms of if maybe you're not someone who's been out here winning a lot of races or been finishing near the front. In a lot of the races we've had so far this season, this is a track where you can come out, as long as you play your cards right, you can be up there near the front at the end. Ty Robertson taking our last 2 races from Watkins Glen and Nashville Super Speedway. Before that, it was Greg McCody at Michigan, Ray Rittenauer at Daytona, and Jamie Horn at Iowa Speedway. So definitely going to be interested to see if one of our guys who has already won a race is going to be a repeat winner here at Dega tonight, or if we're going to have a new first-time winner in the Knapp Daddy Racing League.
Speaking of Ray Rittenauer, he's obviously qualifying up at the front. He's someone to watch tonight. I mean, that whole team worked so well together at Daytona earlier this season. I definitely would have my eye on Ray Rittenauer tonight and seeing if his team and all of his teammates can kind of play a similar strategy. But you never know. It's Talladega, like you said. Anything can happen.
That is indeed the case, but we have completed our qualifying now. We're getting everybody gridded up. I guess we should let John give himself a little introduction before we get over to the racing action.
Oh, you guys are good. Take it away. You're doing a great job and having a blast at it. I'm trying to figure out some things here. I've seen that a lot of these drivers are adding nicknames into their profile now or their bio, so it's coming up and it's kind of getting hidden. So it's hiding the names. I'm in the background trying to get my minor in coding and figure out what in the world I'm doing to try to make it so it can show all of that stuff here. But we are about to get gridded up here. I don't have a current updated point standings for you. Computer decided to have a full meltdown last weekend. I guess Thursday night going into Friday, and I would not cut on at all. So I took it to a guy and he was able to get everything fixed, and luckily it was nothing too pricey whatsoever. So he got me in the right shape. I actually just put this computer back in at like 7:30 tonight, so about an hour ago. Let it run for a little bit and booted up iRacing right before this started. So Happy to be here. Didn't think I was going to make it, but we are here and we are getting gridded up if you want to read them all for us.
Happy to do so, sir. We are going to be starting at our pole position is going to go to the number 29 machine of Ira Kohlhaas. Starting second is going to be number 78 of Ray Rittenauer. Third place is going to be the 134 machine of Bill Gentry. Greg McConey at number 16. Kachow machine going to be starting in fourth. Steve Bonomo starting in fifth in that 12 car. Gary Armijo going to be starting in sixth place. Brian Gibbons is going to be starting seventh. Brandon Trush is going to be starting in eighth place. Ninth is going to go to Thomas McLaughlin, taking a break from his admin duties. Edward Smith is going to round out your top 10 and that number 69 car. Zach Baker is going to be starting in 11th place here tonight. The 41 car of James Grammer is going to start in 12th. Joe Tardif is going to be starting in 13th. 14th is going to be held by Ty Robertson. Brandon Lopez going to be starting in 15th. Hunter Smith starting 16th. Mitchell Wilson is going to have 17th. Justin McMahon starting 18th. Daniel Wilkerson starting 19th. Matt Quick in 20th. And Josh Kelly going to round out your field for Talladega here tonight in 21st. Jamie Hill in the comments saying, I have perfected losing it from front, middle, back, and as the pace car. I can give you advice on how to lose it, but not on winning it. Sounds about how my luck has been at Talladega in the past. I know Jamie has had some beef with super speedways in the past, but
we are
looking
two
forward.
more turns right here, so make your picks quick before they get around these corners. Baker,
I'm
go
going
first.
first time. Oh, Baker, go first.
Man, I already said it. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go with Ray. I think Ray's going to be strong. I think all of the team's going to be good. It's going to be interesting with the teammates starting closer to the back, but I'm still sticking with Ray Rittenauer.
I'm going Steven Bonomo. Right? Number 12, Steven Bonomo, and that Tampa Bay Devil Rays car gets it done at Talladega tonight.
I'm picking my boy James Grammer right here.
James Grammer.
Got that sweet 41 car. It's one of my favorites that I've done.
Looks good. Looks good.
But we are getting ready to get things started here from Talladega. Again, going to be an exciting, going to be a long one here tonight. We're going to take the green flag here at Talladega. We are underway, back live in the Knapp Daddy Racing League. First lap underway here at Talladega Super Speedway. Gonna have Ray Rittenauer getting a big push from Greg McConey there up top. Down on the bottom side there is gonna be Ira Kohlhaas. He's gonna have Bill Gentry right behind him. Steve Bonomo gonna be third in line. Down there on that bottom side, they're gonna switch it up now. Ray Rittenauer gonna stay in first place with Greg McConey right behind him. Gary Armijo going to move into third place there on the low side. And then Brandon Trush making a big push here in the beginning to get himself up into fourth.
That outside had a great push to start this race. The inside just wasn't there. They weren't tight, and then the outside was able to drive up by him. It'll be interesting to see what happens on the later restarts. It might not be aggressive, or if the outside's just going to start low.
I feel like it's kind of the opposite to a lot of Talladega races that I've seen here recently. A lot of what I've seen more recently is that inside line has a lot more heat than we think it's going to going into the race. And then you get in here and then it's all the high line.
I saw Greg McConey make that move right there. He's trying. He's getting a little help that's coming up to him right now. That was a bold move, but it might pay off for him.
Yeah, it goes out to the outside without having the immediate help there, but the help was on the way there right behind him. And he is going to have his teammate, Ira Kohlhaas. Ira Kohlhaas going to be second in line on the high side. Inside still going to be taken up. And Gary Armijo. Ray, right now we're still leading this thing officially on the score sheets, but Greg McConey trying to get some laps led here early on as well.
They're getting a little squirrely on the inside right there. That's a little scary when you're moving around on someone's bumper.
Well, that is one thing you got to consider, too, about this race tonight. You know, a lot of people, well, a lot of times kind of consider Talladega to be one of the easier tracks to keep it straight or whatever the case may be, but we've got an extremely hot track here tonight, and these cars already are kind of, they just, for lack of any sort of better term, they don't push well, or at least to me, they don't push well. If you can kind of take the air out of somebody, it gets them really, really squirrely. So unless you're holding it perfectly straight, which is basically impossible, it can be a nightmare up there sometimes. So especially for those guys at the front, they have got to watch out for the guy behind them and make sure that they're not swiping across anybody's bumper too quickly either. Because especially on a track this hot, it's going to be so easy to get slick there. I see Greg McConey making that big move. Go back down to the bottom side. Kathy Trush in the comments. Go Raptor team. Good luck, Brandon Trush, number 23. Brandon off to a good start here tonight. Currently running P6, started in P8. Right there in the mix with the rest of the leaders. He's fourth in line right here on that low side right now.
Interesting to see these guys that are kind of riding and not really trying to get moving anywhere. You haven't moved through the guys that are just kind of sitting in the back and not really trying to push. But I mean, I know that's not going to be how it's all over the race. But it'll be interesting to see if they make a move or when they make a move or how long they want to ride back there. Kind of like what I was saying pre-race. You got the strategies and people that want to get up there, get their laps led, be up there at the front, get a feel for the draft. And you have some other guys that are like, you know what, I'm just going to chill back here and let them have at it, be up there at the finish. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
100%. You know, well, we've been talking about all those guys moving back and forth up the front, sitting back towards the back of the pack right now. You got that little three-person line right there. That's going to be the number 28 of Daniel Wilkerson, Josh Cully in the 88, and Matt Quick in the 89. Those guys have been just kind of sitting back there in the early going of this run here, nearly 7 laps in after we cross the stripe this time. Like you said, those guys might just be kind of perfectly happy to sit back there for the time being and just, you know, not want to get in any trouble, just kind of sit and ride around. You're sitting far enough back so if something does happen in the front to the mid part of the pack there, you have time to get around it. It's a safe place to be.
Who is tapping?
Just a second. John, I know you've kind of talked about before about how qualifying at Talladega kind of really doesn't mean a whole lot, but considering what we've seen out of these guys here so far tonight, with some of these guys kind of noticeably just chilling right now towards the back part of the pack, do you have a personal strategy that you usually like to use at Talladega, or is it just kind of you get out here, you drive in circles, and you figure it out as you go?
Kind of that. That's kind of how I'm at every track. I just kind of hang around and figure it out as I go. We talk about Everett Larson, who unfortunately cannot be here tonight. We'll expand on that here in just a second. But always a good guy about learning the track as he goes along, and kind of what I like to do. I mean, some people do it on purpose. I do it because I don't practice like I should, so it's a little bit different. But I like to kind of use the first bit of the race to figure out what's going on, how to do things, how other drivers are driving, kind of adapt my style to that. And especially at races that you don't have stages, but it doesn't work as well when you do have stages like this race right here, where you need to get those points, and those points are very crucial. But I mean, there is thought that if you stay in the back, you avoid the wrecks. I mean, also if you stay up at the front, you're not going to be behind the wrecks. So it's kind of a give and take here. To be honest, I don't think there is one good strategy that works. I think the best strategy is whichever one finds you the best luck to get you there to the end.
And as of right now, the luck seems to be falling to those guys who are out front. The race leader as things stand right now at Talladega, going to be 10 laps in as they stand right now. Ray Rittenauer going to be sitting in second, followed by Gary Armijo. After that, they're going to be in that double file lane, but Bill Gentry going to officially have 5th place right now on that low side. He is going to have right on top of him. He's got Steve Bonomo sitting in 6th place. That's going to be right behind that 134 of Bill Gentry. Ira Kohlhaas in that 29 car, going to be right behind Bonomo there, and then you're going to have that 41 car of James Grammer, who's going to be right behind Edward Smith. James Grammer up about 5 spots on the night so far. And Hunter Smith as well, going to be up, golly, 7 spots on the night so far. Trying to get caught up with his dad up there. He's going to be right there in front of James Grammer.
Yeah, and I think I'm at that point now where I'm just going to admit defeat, trying to get these people's names to show up properly. For some reason, some guys work right, like Edward Smith here. That's kind of a longer name, but other guys like James Grammer, which I hate that I can't get Grammer time. But
someone's out of line right there.
Yeah, so it's the whole team.
The whole team's got it to bring it down.
Ray Rittenauer, Josh Colley, and Matt Quick all pitting all this early.
Yeah, if you pick Ray Rittenauer, I think that's a really good pick.
That's what they did this similar strategy at Daytona and got pretty far ahead. If it works out for them, it could be really good. They just have to run some really good lap times after they pit here.
Now's where you really got to be in sync, because this could be either a really, really great situation that you're going to look back and be like, wow, this is a genius move for the end of the race, or they are not able to stick together here and work well as that little 3-car pack. It's going to be really tough to bounce back from, especially if we do end up staying here long-term green flag run and they have to get all the way caught back up.
I actually love this move by this team here. I mean, they've done it before. They know how to work it, but they're getting here to the pits early, and I'm assuming that they have to stop when you actually pull up some of their telemetry here. You can see it's going to be about 25 to 26 laps. It's not a really good example here, but Greg McConey been out here for 13 laps now, almost at half a tank on fuel. So they are going to have to pit before the stage ends. So they're going ahead and getting it out of the way and hopefully going to make up some good time for that. I wouldn't be surprised to see some teams start coming in here in the next few laps now.
Up front, still not much has changed other than that now Ray Rittenauer has shuffled back towards the back of the field.
The only thing that's not working out for them is they are still not organized. They're losing some laps, and specifically lap time, by being so far apart when they left the pits. They're getting close now, but they're really going to have to make some good time, over especially the next 10 laps.
Yeah, they should have it back right here. Matt Quick was able to get caught up to Josh Cully, and now those 2 cars are going to be caught up to that 78 of Ray Rittenauer. Now they are locked back in place, and they are entering the front stretch right here, just getting ready to go past the start-finish line. The rest of the field is going to be about a full turn behind them as things stand. So that's going to have them about 38 seconds, maybe 40 seconds behind the race leader. And it's going to mean that the race leader is going to be somewhere about 13, 14 seconds behind them. But
yeah, something that's kind of seems counterintuitive at a super speedway when you're racing is you got to hit the brake to go faster sometimes, and that's kind of what Rittenauer just did there. As you saw these cars catch up, starts dragging that brake. You're still full throttle, but your left foot's giving it maybe 5% brake or so to let those cars catch up, and that's going to let that car behind you get really close, get a better draft on you behind you, and you're actually going to see a little bit coming as a defensive move here at the end as you're trying to keep cars close so they can't get a good draft around you if you keep them too close. But we'll get to that here in the final stages or final laps of this stage and the next stage.
they're locked back in very, very well.
Here comes on pit road now. Greg McConey, Ira Kohlhaas.
Oh, Kohlhaas had to lock it up right there.
I see Baker. I see Gibbons. Joe Tardif is back there as well. Oh, these guys with brand new cars is throwing me for a loop.
Yeah, Greg McConey, Ira Kohlhaas, 77. That's Zach Baker, 74. Brian Gibbons, 48 of Joe Tardif. They're going to give it about 3 more laps, and then they're going to go ahead and bring it down pit road, trying to chase down the strategy of Rittenauer, Cully, and Matt Quick. Got Jamie Horn back in the comments. Kathy Trush. Wait till we get set up for you, Sandra Horn, and B-Mac to do a race in the future. That would be great to see. We agree.
I'm telling you, it'd be the race of the century. Nobody wants to see Jamie Horn race. They want to see B-Mac. B-Mac in the comments. Kathy Trush. Sandra Horn. I mean, that's the rivalry we've been waiting to happen. Put it on the White House lawn.
I did watch that fight last night, and it was pretty electric. It was pretty enjoyable, but something else that is also enjoyable is this race going on at the front right now. Mitchell Wilson now going to take this opportunity of everyone starting their green flag at pit stops to get some laps led. That 24 car of Justin McMahon is going to be right behind him. Steve Bonomo, or excuse me, Ty Robertson is going to be on that high side, that number 9 car, and he is going to have Thomas McLaughlin right behind him, and James Kramer going to be in that 41 machine, third in line on the low side. And that's 77 of Zach Baker. I don't know, I didn't see him getting off pit road there, but he is going to find himself in some lap trouble here after coming down pit road. His teammate Joe Tardif is going to be about 6 seconds ahead of him.
Trash Panda did not do an effective job being organized when they left the pits. They were pretty much all spread out almost all the way through that, down the front stretch right now. Looks like we got a lot of guys coming in right now too.
Yep, I just heard a lot of call-outs coming down pit road. That 24 car of Justin McMahon.
Gary Armijo spinning sideways, gets into the side of Edward Smith.
Oh, Gary Armijo's car is in trouble.
Well, luckily they have a fast repair, and he is right there at it.
Yeah, don't have to wait too long. Everybody else really seemed like they did a pretty good job getting down pit road there. Really quick pit stop for Justin McMahon. Daniel Wilkerson going to be chasing him out right behind him. Good pit stop as well by Brandon Trush. James Grammer as well. Looked like a really good set of pit stops out of that crew. Brandon Lopez calling out over the radio that he is going to be bringing it down. Ty Robertson and Thomas McLaughlin going to also take this opportunity. Thomas McLaughlin having to lock it up. Kathy Trush has agreed to Jamie Horn's request, said, I am in. An absolute sporting event of the century on our hands right here, ladies and gentlemen. Ty Robertson going to be able to get it off of pit road. That number 5 of Brandon Lopez. Right behind him, I believe Thomas McLaughlin going to be serving a speeding penalty. So unfortunate to see it for Thomas McLaughlin, who was running up near the front here at lap 19 of 80 here at Talladega Super Speedway.
So far, no one's been able to catch on with these 3 guys. I'm wondering if Ty and Brandon Lopez will be able to jump in the draft, or if
Ray Rittenauer's
Quick,
getting a run.
Cully and Rittenauer are going to get. They're flying through here. I don't think they're going to be able to catch on here. They might have a shot.
They have been, those guys have been absolutely locked in since they brought it down pit road. And look at them working in sync right there. Now Ty Robertson, Brandon Lopez are going to have to try to catch on to the end of that. And I'm not sure that they're going to be able to.
Ty's going to have to really push hard on Brandon Lopez to keep them up there.
Yeah, Ty going to let Brandon take the lead right there. And they're going to have to get on their horses if they want to catch those guys here. That is now going to, after this green flag pit cycle has now gone all the way through, that is going to be your race leaders right there in that 3-person pack again. Right now are Josh Cully and Matt Quick electing to go down pit road, lead the party down. I believe they pitted on lap, 14, I believe. They were the first to bring it down pit road by about 3 laps.
Yeah, lap 11.
Compared to everybody else.
The next set came in at 15 and then 18 after that. I'm looking at Brandon Lopez running along right here, trying to see if he's going to catch that draft. He's right there at the threshold of getting into the draft. Staying low like that on the cars in front of him might not help him out too much, but on this backstretch you see him picking up speed. Probably needs to go a little bit higher there, but I think he's got a good run with Ty Robertson behind him. And actually, you can hear that bump coming. You see his miles per hour go up, RPMs go up, and you hear the car changing. Sounds just a little bit. And that's kind of what these drivers are looking for. You can kind of feel the draft and kind of know you're in it from the get back of the steering wheel. And really, a lot of it's the sounds that are coming over the car and the way your RPMs kind of spike up.
I think he just got it right there.
They got it.
Yeah, you kind of hear those RPMs kind of wind up a little bit more, get a little bit higher pitched on you. You feel like the car is just sitting inside of a nice little groove.
Ty Robertson making sure that he gets in there and gives his teammate a big bump there to try to move them up towards the front. And they are going to get latched on to that front pack. So that top 5 right there going to be your top 5 drivers here at Talladega, as we're about 12 laps away from the stage break. Ray Rittenauer, Josh Cully, Matt Quick, Brandon Lopez, and then Ty Robertson is your top 5 right now. Greg McConey going to be sitting in 6th place right now, and he has got a parade of cars behind him. The 7th place runner of Brandon Trush, Justin McMahon in 8th right now, and then James Grammer 9, Daniel Wilkerson 10, and Steve Bonomo 11 make up that next line of cars that are all right between about 5.5 and 6 seconds behind the race leaders right now. But that front 5 looks like they're really doing a pretty daggone good job of sticking together right now. But now Brandon Lopez and Ty Robertson are going to take it out to the outside for a second. I wonder if they're just kind of trying to gauge what sort of a run they could get, or if they're just trying to let those cars get a little bit of air.
I could see it being a bit of both.
I will tell you, I've raced Brandon Lopez quite a bit, and he has some of the most creative, we'll call them, strategies I've ever heard. So there's no telling, to be honest with you. He's probably got a trick up his sleeve that has worked somewhere. He's going to try it here, try it somewhere, and see if it works out.
And again, it's just kind of interesting to see the different strategies out of these guys. Here tonight, Ray Rittenauer, our winner at the only other super speedway that we've been at this year, was our winner at Daytona. I know he's expressed before that he really enjoys super speedways. A lot of times we see Josh Cully kind of sitting more towards the back and making a push towards the end, but he's up there running second. And Matt Quick, new to the league, but obviously not new to the racing scene. He's had a very strong season so far, currently sitting at 5th place in our point standings. And then Brandon Lopez and Ty Robertson going to be teammates on Last Row Motorsports. Ty Robertson, our current only 2-time winner in this season of the Knapp Daddy Racing League. And then Brandon Lopez chasing down his first win this season. Feel like Brandon Lopez might have had a little bit of the bad lucks here recently. I know he recently changed up that paint scheme. Feels like he just can't get the kind of the bad luck monkey off his back, and he's looking to have a big bounce back here tonight at Talladega. You see Thomas McLaughlin in that 38 machine. Thomas not a full-time runner in the Knapp Daddy Racing League this year, as he has outside of the racetrack commitments that he normally has to tend to on Monday nights, but usually makes it back in time to either help us up here in the booth or help with admin duties. We appreciate Thomas very much for all that he does to help us out, but he's able to actually get out there and get behind the wheel tonight. And he does race full time. He usually does it as a member of Last Row, so he's kind of hooking up with his teammates right there and helping them out, even though he is going to be your first car a lap down right now.
I think that's going to be huge for them too. Before having Thomas there, having only 2 cars, this would be almost impossible to try to pull out and do what they're doing right now. As Brandon Lopez is trying to find a way to get to the front.
Got Jamie Horn in the comments saying we'll have to leave that to John to schedule that. No, thank you. I can barely schedule my own life and my own responsibilities. I will leave that up to you. Jamie doing the admin work over there at Doghouse Racing League now, doing a pretty good job at it. Speaking of admin, is Thomas McLaughlin, since he's got responsibilities and can't race as much, he's taking on some admin responsibilities here in the Knapp Daddy Racing League on Saturday nights, which are a ton of fun. Brandon Lopez ditches his teammates. Ty Robertson's going to go on the outside now. I think that move was just a little bit too early for my blood, but I mean, it might pan out for him, but usually you want to make that move a little bit later, coming to the end of a stage or end of a race, because, I mean, he's a sitting duck right now.
Yeah, especially with 3 teammates right behind him.
Right, so you got a very fast Ty Robertson on the outside, and again, Thomas McLaughlin not full-time because he's been having outside the racetrack commitments, but when he does, he races as a member of Last Row, so now he's going to be right there behind Ty Robertson. You're actually going to see Ray Rittenauer go to the outside there. He's going to get onto that nose of Ty Robertson.
Oh, look at these guys.
Ty Robertson and Thomas McLaughlin are trying to leave him high and dry.
He's going to have Matt Quick come up behind him to give him a little bit of help here. That's another teammate. Quick's going to go high.
Rittenauer going to settle back in on the low side right there behind Josh Cully. Again, these guys are all kind of sitting right there up front. Thomas McLaughlin is a lap down right now, is the only car a lap down right now after that speeding penalty on pit road during the green flag pit stop. So he will be getting his lap back as things stand after our stage break. Your next pack of cars is going to be sitting about 4 seconds behind. It's led by Greg McConey. And that pack includes Brandon Trush, Justin McMahon, James Grammer, Daniel Wilkerson, and Steven Bonomo. They're all about 4 seconds behind the rest of the leaders that we've been talking about here for the last couple of minutes. And they're all in a single file line, and they are gaining time. Now those leaders are starting to battle back and forth a little bit. The rest of the field is going to all be about 9 seconds behind the leader. That is going to be led by Ira Kohlhaas, Brian Gibbons, Bill Gentry, Edward Smith, Hunter Smith. That is going to be from 12th to 16th, and then sitting all about 20 seconds behind is going to be Joe Tardif, Zach Baker, Gary Arnito, and Mitchell Wilson. And actually, kind of speak of the devil here a little bit. We were talking about how the lead pack is kind of battling it out now as we get closer to this stage break, Ray Rittenauer actually just came over the radio and said, at this rate, the second pack is going to catch us.
They're about about 0.6 of a second faster every lap right now.
Yeah, they've
We'll
made
see
up
what
about
happens this
3
time.
seconds over the past 6 laps here too. So if they keep pushing like this, they're going to catch them for sure. But only 2 to go here left in the stage. Pit road should be closing about right now as these guys come around across the stripe.
Three to go, wouldn't it?
What was that?
It'd be 3 to go, wouldn't it?
Who that?
To the stage.
Oh.
Loose. Josh Cully getting really loose.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I typed a 2 instead of a 5 into our race stage here. So 4 to go to the stage here. Ty Robertson all by himself out there at the front. They might get a big draft and get around in here, but that second pack now caught up. Greg McConey, Brandon Trush, Justin McMahon, James Grammer. That's me.
Here they go.
And Stephen Bonomo.
Matt Quick tries to make a move out to the outside, trying to hold them up if he can, but that second pack has a really good head of steam going. Heard Ray Rittenauer with a little bit of frustration there over the chat. He said, "We are so smart."
They were just pushing. They got connected, unfortunately, in the worst spot. And
Oh, somebody is
Josh Cully got in the wall.
loose.
I wonder how much damage Josh Cully has.
We are now 3 wide races. We get close to the end of our stage break here. Ty Robertson.
Ty goes to the top. Are we going to be 4 wide?
Oh, they are spinning.
No.
It looked like it was coming for a good 500 feet there before it actually happened. I know Josh Cully is not happy about that.
Josh Cully going to be involved in that one. We were 4 wide as we were getting in the stage. We were going 4 wide there coming into the stage. Brandon Lopez is going to be involved in that as well. That is going to be our stage there.
See if we can get a good look at what happened here. Try to slow this down just a little bit for you. Some beating and banging, a little bit of netcode between Rittenauer and Cully. Comes down in front of Brandon Lopez. And then Matt Quick involved in that as well. And I hear like knocking on the stream, and I found out that it is this camera angle for some reason has knocking in the background every time it goes around the front stretch. I have no idea why. I'm trying to back this up to see what happened to make McConey push his 4 wide. And I think he just got too big of a run, couldn't check up in time behind Ty Robertson. But I want to go back to James Grammer here and ride along with him on the nose cam.
Awesome, got everybody pitting right now as you're looking on those replays.
Ty Robertson going to take the stage victory off of that there. I believe the way I saw it was Ty Robertson, Brandon Trush, Greg McConey, Justin McMahon, Daniel Wilkerson, Ray Rittenauer, Steve Bonomo, James Grammer, Matt Quick, Ira Kohlhaas.
And that's going to be a fun one to go back over and review to see where everybody was at when that flag came out. So big shout out to our new admin here, and Thomas McLaughlin is going to help us out with that after the race, get these points straight for everybody. But we are in our first stage break here at Talladega. Got about 45 to go, probably 43 when we come back. Green flag racing. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We are back. Hopefully you didn't catch that terrible audio issue where everything sounded like a robot for a second. Maybe that was just on my end, but I think we got that fixed. Thomas McLaughlin getting that lap back and coming back around. A lot of guys are letting him take another pit stop and refuel. Ray Rittenauer being one of those guys. Josh Cully, Matt Quick also in that mix there. They're going to be joining the back of the field as we are getting ready to go back green as these guys are double filed up. Ty Robertson, your current race leader, taking the inside row. These guys do have a choose going where they get to pick inside or outside.
Yeah, we are getting them lined back up here. Everybody kind of choosing their spot. Get ready to get them restarted here. Ty Robertson going to be taking the lead of these guys as we bring it back to green flag racing here at Talladega. Justin McMahon in that 24 car going to be on his outside. And away we go. Green flag racing at Talladega Super Speedway. Ty Robertson going to be taking that race lead. He's going to have Ira Kohlhaas behind him on the low side. Justin McMahon, Braden Trush on the high side. Steven Bonomo, Daniel Wilkerson coming in hot, trying to help support their teammates down on the low side. Here comes James Grammer in that 41 car. He's going to have Brian Gibbons behind him along with the 134 of Bill Gentry, trying to get that low side going with some momentum. So right now that high side has all the momentum. Justin McMahon. Brandon Trush going to get this lap led over to Justin McMahon. Steve Bonomo, Daniel Wilkerson, now Greg McConey. Almost your full top 5 going to be there on that high side right now. Ton of momentum moving on that high side. Mitchell Wilson going to be behind Greg McConey. Right behind him is going to be Hunter Smith, and then there's going to be that 48 machine of Joe Tardif. Looks like Greg McConey going to leave that high side, go down to the low side. Hope that he can get on the nose of that number 9 machine of Ty Robertson. Again, don't look now, but talking about strategy plays, Matt Quick, Josh Cully, Ray Rittenauer, all back in that 3-person group. Sit back in the back of the field right now, away from all of the chaos, but still well within striking distance of the draft.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to pit again, too, coming up here in the next 23-ish laps or so. So, I mean, they're not super concerned with being up front right now, but they did a really good job as a 3-piece. Coming out of the pits and drafting well together. Got slowed down a little bit by some side drafts and everything, which caused the big backup. But I think guys like Josh Cully's out there looking for blood right now, trying to get back to the front where he was earlier this race.
Yeah, 100%. You heard, or I heard over the radio. I know we keep the radio muted on the stream so we can make sure that if any bad language words or competitive adults, sometimes that it involves some not none was actually used there, but Ray Rittenauer was very annoyed there coming into the stage break that they were racing really, really hard there up front with about 4 laps to go in the stage, because he thought that they could have kind of battled it out between that top 5 amongst themselves if they had waited for a couple more laps. And I gotta say, at least coming from his perspective, I can understand the frustration there.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see what they do. If they stay closer together during this whole run, they might be able to leave the pits closer after the stop as well. That was one of the big issues on the last cycle, which probably allowed Brandon Lopez and Ty Robertson to connect with them, was that they took so long to actually get connected after their pit stop. If they nail this stop right here and the draft doesn't get too spread out right now, I think, they could be the ones to watch still.
And Thomas McLaughlin drifting back towards the back of the pack here. He is on that high side. He's going to fall in behind Josh Cully there at the back of the pack. Thomas McLaughlin getting his lap back there on that last caution, which led into our stage break. As part of getting that lap back, he was not able to go down pit road and get a damage repaired or anything like that. I believe he had said on the radio that he did get some damage from that caution, but still, as things are looking right now, looks like my side still has a ton of momentum. Little wobble there as the 48 makes contact with the 11. Apologizing over the radio. Too hard to push there. They're able to get it back under control. Justin the Man still going to be your race leader. He's being pushed by Brandon Trush and Hunter Smith. On that high side, low side is going to be Mitchell Wilson leading that charge with Steven behind him, followed by Daniel Wilkerson and Greg McConey.
interesting to see this third line kind of start to take place with Quick and Cully back there. They're trying to make their way up towards the front.
They're going 3 wide back there too. That's Matt Quick there on the high side of Ty Robertson, Ira Kohlhaas on the bottom. Every time I go to this blimp cam, it sounds like Gordon Ramsay's in my right ear just chopping away at some onions or something like that.
Something else that's kind of funny. So you got that now middle lane now that Matt Quick and Josh Cully are there on the high side. There for the longest time, that bottom line has still kind of does have a pretty big gap there between, you see the bigger gap between Daniel Wilkerson and then Greg McConey in the 16, and then there's another gap between Ira Kohlhaas and James Grammer there, but it looks like that low side's kind of gotten connected back together. Right now we're going to sit back Josh Cully there on the high side, but those 3 cars up front on the high side right now, that's going to be Justin McMahon, Brandon Trush, and Hunter Smith are doing a really, really great job of working together. Oh! No. And there's your Talladega big one.
That is a broadcaster's curse if I had ever seen one. I don't know what kind of curse you put on them. As soon as you said Hunter's name there, Hunter Smith there in the 11th car, looks like Tardif just got to the inside of him as Smith goes up the track a little bit into the side of Mitchell Wilson, Steve Bonomo there on the bottom side. Daniel Wilkerson doing Daniel Wilkerson things, driving through it. That's going to collect Lopez. Zachary Baker gets clipped there too. Okay, we're going to have to ride along with Daniel Wilkerson because that was actually insane what just happened there in that 28 car. But behind him, just mayhem across the track. Almost a parking lot there for Edward Smith. He's trying to dip, dive, dodge, and duck and dive. He's just going to take it to the grass. Let's ride along with Daniel Wilkerson here because that was insane, actually. And I'm not sure if you guys are... You should pull this up on your side, too, so you can get a peek of this.
Let's just rewatch that. It looks like Hunter Smith just went up a little high, and then Joe Tardif gets caught up, and then that starts the whole parking lot behind them. But what a move by Daniel Wilkerson there to make it through that.
I mean, we say this all the time, though, about Daniel Wilkerson. It's like he has a way just to get through it, which is part of racing here, I guess.
Cars scatter in every which direction. And Daniel Wilkerson able to make it through with...
We're going to have to add a new segment here. That's going to be our U-Haul move of the race.
Yeah.
U-Haul move of the race.
Man, that was actually incredible. I
As
would
things
love
stand,
to talk to him for a second just to see what he was thinking there and seeing there.
I believe Brandon Trush made it out of there successfully. Zach Baker, Daniel Wilkerson. That is going to burn a lot of people's fast repairs.
I'm going to hop on board one more time here with Ira Kohlhaas because he was kind of whipping it through there as well, if I can find where he's at here.
I believe Ray Rittenhauer made it through there scratch-free as well.
That's going to make Brandon Trush your new race leader. Pull up a race recap for you here. Going to be our second caution of this race. Currently been pacing for about 5 laps total this entire race. Brandon Trush, your leader with 11 lead changes. Currently sitting at lap 46, coming to 47. Will be 33 to go when we cross the stripe here, and about 31 when we get back racing again.
We're getting them lined back up here. Brandon Trush electing to take the low side here on this restart. Zach Baker moving to the high side there. That is first and second. Daniel Wilkerson going to be starting in third. We have some guys headed back down pit road to top off. Ray Rittenauer and Ira Kohlhaas headed back down to top off.
Yeah, looking at the guys that use fast repair is going to be Gary Armijo. He used one earlier this race. Looks like Bill Gentry used one. Brian Gibbons, Mitchell Wilson. Greg McConey had to use a fast repair there. James Grammer, Hunter Smith, Ty Robertson using his fast repair as well, and Joe Cardiff.
I don't know if Josh Cully used his or if he's just trying to repair things manually, but Josh Cully's still sitting on pit road as things stand right now.
In the first incident.
Right now, I'm showing Josh Cully still has a fast repair remaining.
Interesting.
Maybe he's trying to repair things the old-fashioned way. Brandon Lopez just now getting off of pit road. Steve Minomo getting caught up, as well as Joe Tardif and Greg McConey. Ray Rittenauer catching back up, as well as Ty Robertson, Hunter Smith, James Grammer, and Thomas McLaughlin.
And again, there is the whole point of the whole fast repair thing is kind of keep these guys into it. We didn't want it to become a problem with people just abusing the fast repair system, going out there and sending it and just using it. So every guy that does not use their fast repair this race will get 2 extra bonus points for not using it. So there is some benefit to try to repair it the old-fashioned way instead of trying to get it fixed. And also it keeps one in your back pocket for a wreck that's bound to happen towards the end of this run.
Yeah, 100%. You see those guys lining up on the inside there. Those are the guys that did bring it back down pit road. They're going to be starting on that inside lane there.
Just to do some housekeeping, Josh Colley did bring it out of the pits, and he is catching up to the pack as we speak. He might pull a Kyle Busch here and just drive past everybody. I'll never forget when Kyle Busch did that.
Going back green here at Talladega. Pace car is off lap 49 as we cross the stripe. And we are back underway.
Track map, he's catching up pretty quick there. He is going to be 1 lap down though, so if caution does come out, he will get that lap back. The only car that is a lap down.
Oh, he's not going to get the draft now. He's not going to make it. Oh, man. But he's just hoping for that caution to come out.
And I'm hoping for Ratatouille to cook whatever he is cooking in that blunt can, because it is getting very annoying, but I like that camera a whole lot. Every time I go to it, it's just chop, chop, chop in my right ear.
I don't do that.
Yeah, I don't either. That's hilarious. Ratatouille was one of my personal favorite Disney movies, actually.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Wow. Did not have
you hating on Ratatouille?
I just didn't have you pegged as a Ratatouille guy.
No, I didn't either.
I love that movie.
I actually don't even know if I have a favorite Disney movie, because I guess I was more of a Pixar kid growing up. Toy Story was definitely my favorite for sure. It's hard for me to separate Pixar and Disney in my mind.
Well, I mean, they are basically the same company.
Yeah.
Disney owns Pixar, but if we're gonna nerd out for a second, any favorite Disney or Pixar movie?
Toy Story.
As things stand right now, go. Toy Story the original?
Yes, number one person.
It's the classic. You can't beat it.
Okay, Baker.
I mean, I honestly agree with John. Like, Toy Story, OG Toy Story is there, but I mean, you gotta kind of tie it together right now and say Cars.
Cars is good.
I do think Cars is good.
And speaking of Cars, you got Greg McConey out here racing that Trashies car here tonight.
But
You too can look like me. Ka-chow.
talking about cars looking at the leader, Jack Baker going on here taking the lead with another car's
That was a good lead in Baker. That was really
It was.
good.
Yeah, that's a point for Baker. We do keep score up here. Who has the best transition? A lot of movement going up there. Zach Baker's going to slide on down in the Trash Co car. I guess that is going to be after Dynaco. I actually like Toy Story so much. We made a Pizza Planet car that's free when trading paints in Knapp Daddy Racing Club. If you are into iRacing, you can race that R-code Pizza Planet car.
Brady Trush going to the outside, trying to work with Justin McMahon and Bill Gentry there on the high side. He's also got Matt Quick and then Hunter Smith right behind him there on the high side. The low side is going to be made up of Zach Baker. At the front of it's going to be Daniel Wilkerson, Gary Armijo, then Edward Smith in that number 69 car. Going to be on the low side as well. If you are hearing the repeat in last names there between Edward Smith and Hunter Smith, Hunter Smith is the son of Edward Smith. So we got a father-son duo out here on the track tonight. Mitchell Wilson going to be behind Edward Smith, and then Ira Kohlhaas right behind him. Brian Gibbons in that number 74 car trying to get caught up on the high side.
But inside, Daniel Wilkerson is moving around a lot right there on the bumper of Zach Baker. Oof.
I think this is Hunter Smith's first official Monday night race with us. We haven't talked about him much, but he's been doing a fantastic job up here. He reached out to me about joining, super respectful about joining late into the season as well. We usually have a recruitment race to try to not even pick and choose, just see if people can drive clean, and he actually rode with us on our Saturday night series, and fantastic job, so love having him out there, especially a father-son combo there. He also shares a name with two of the broadcasters. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it makes it a little confusing having both another Hunter in here and another Smith in here. Just, again, for those that don't know, John's middle name is Hunter, and all of his family calls him Hunter, which was a weird thing. Whenever I go hang out with John in his hometown, because they all call Hunter, and then both of us turn around like daggone meerkats. Like, huh?
Well, believe it or not, John Smith's a very common name, and there was a few in my town, and I was one of the younger ones, so everybody resorted to me from my middle name. I know it's crazy. You never heard of another John Smith before, but unless you were at Best Buy shopping for landlines and you see the little label on the phone that shows John Smith at 555 is calling you.
Yeah. That high side really has a ton of momentum right now. Those guys are doing a really good job of working together. I'm honestly kind of surprised that I haven't seen anybody out of that high side go back down low to try to get at the head of that low side. The low side kind of minding its own business right now. Daniel Wilkerson, and then it's going to be that number 7 machine. Wilson. Right now, the entire top 5 going to be on that high side. Brandon Trush, Justin McMahon, and Bill Gentry currently going to be sitting in 3rd place, followed by Matt Quick, and then Hunter Smith, and then there goes Matt Quick.
Yeah, speaking of Matt Quick, when you said that, I was like, oh, there he goes. He's trying to get in front of that bottom side and take it to the front.
Currently, the only car a lap down is going to be that number 88 of Josh Cully, which is so unfortunate given the run that he has had here tonight. Josh Cully, also your points leader for the Knapp Daddy Racing League as things stand right now. He is going to be 1 lap down. He is in the position to get that lap back if we do end up having another caution, as he is the only car a lap down. Last car on the lead lap is going to be Steve Bonomo in that number 12 car. He's going to be part of that lower side line right now that's just kind of sitting towards the back right now. Steve Bonomo right behind Brandon Lopez, and then Thomas McLaughlin, Joe Tardif, Greg McConey, Ty Robertson, and then James Brown on that low side, a little bit separated from the rest of the field. Ty trying to get up to that bumper of James Grammer, trying to get connected with that low line. Now the low line has collected almost all of those guys that were in that middle line. Now the high side is going to be led by the number 11 of Hunter Smith. He's going to have Zach Baker and then Brian Gibbons, and then his father Edward Smith are going to be in that four-person middle lane. Looking like Hunter's trying to get back down to the low side, though. If you get around Mitchell Wilson, which it does not look like he's going to be able to do this time around. Lap 58 underway now.
We kind of alluded to it earlier. I want to make sure to get back to it. But Everett Larson not going to be joining us for a few weeks here. Probably the remainder of the season, maybe a little bit before might come back. But actually, he's got himself a ride in Corey LaJoey's car for the Legends car. He's actually racing at Charlotte tomorrow night for the summer shootout. I think he told me that started
Claps
at 5.
up, claps up. Oh, we're getting loose down there on the low side.
Lopez is slow in front of Bonomo there. Everybody able to keep it straight and keep it going there. Thomas
Big
McLaughlin
checkup
falling back.
on the low side. There's almost another parking lot there. Just a big, big checkup. Not sure where that started. I think it started somewhere between that 78 of Rittenauer and the 41 of James Grammer. Almost collects Greg McConey, Thomas McLaughlin, Brandon Lopez, and Stephen Bonomo. But everyone able to get it going back in the right direction.
Hunter Smith's out there by himself there on the high side in the 11 car on the outside of Gary Armijo. Now he's got Mitchell Wilson behind Gary Armijo, going to give him a little push here.
Hunter just trying to find a way to get back down to the low side, because right now he doesn't have any help until Zach Baker on that high side, and he has about, probably about 6 car lengths to go before he gets back there. That could be a loss of a lot of positions for Hunter Smith, but yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to one of our own, Everett Larson. Like you said, got himself a ride with Corey LaJoy in the Legends cars, and huge shout out to him. Couldn't have a nicer guy. We talked about it before, but
Yeah.
if anyone that I've talked to just really embodies just the love of racing and love of the sport, it's Everett.
Bunch of
And
guys
here we
getting
have some
here.
people scattered
we
out.
got
James Grammer, Gary Armijo turning. This should be a yellow flag as pit road is kind of blocked up there, but I'm not sure if iRacing threw that or what happened with the car. 2 cars kind of blocking up pit road. That could have been a lot worse. That is going to be our 3rd caution of this race, and every time we bring up Everett, bad things happen. So while we do have a break here, we want to finish up this little bit that we have for them going. The good news about all this is that if you ever heard of flow racing, you would know that you have to give up one of your arms and maybe half of a leg just to get a flow racing subscription and watch the races. However, they are going to be showing it on YouTube tomorrow night, which is going to be super cool, and it's going to be super free. So you feel free to go watch that, and then right after, head over to Intensity Broadcasting at 7:45 for the Doghouse Racing League. They're going to be racing at Watkins Glen tomorrow night. I will not be joining them. 1, because I hate that track, but 2, I also just had a recent flare-up of the good old gout, and I can barely move my foot, and I don't think Watkins Glen is going to be very fruitful for me, so we're not going to do that.
Jimmy Horn in the comments, where are they at on fuel? Pit again, or good to go till the end? After this pit stop, they should be good to go until the end, as far as I understand it.
Yeah, everybody's gotten about 25-ish laps of fuel here tonight, give or take, depending on if you're in the front or in the back. Currently have about 19 to go. When we get back going, green flag racing should be about 17 to go here. So I expect everybody to make their last stops here, get everything fueled up. I believe Josh Cully should be the one getting his lap back here.
And James Grammer is going to be a lap down now after that incident, and then Gary Armijo, I believe, has elected to call it a night. Following that incident, both Armijo and Grammer trying to get onto pit road there for the green flag pit stop, and it looks like just an incident of, looks like the 41 of James Grammer still had a head of steam trying to get down pit road. Number 7 of Gary Armijo was already getting it woed up, and then they just crossed paths. James Grammer coming over the radio to apologize for the incident, but got 20 people out there in the stream right now. Once again, thank you to everybody who tunes in with us each and every week, hangs out with us over here on Knapp Daddy Racing. We appreciate it very, very much. I hope you will continue to tune in with us for the rest of the season. But yeah, like you were saying, John, if you do find yourself with some free time tomorrow night, definitely want to encourage everybody to check out the Legends race on YouTube tomorrow night. Go catch our boy Everett Larson over there. Like we were saying before, just if there's anybody that really embodies the love of racing and the love of the sport, it's that kid. Yeah. Super sweet kid.
Going to be in the always 0-1 car, by the way.
Always has a positive outlook, and I know he was in our Knapp Daddy Racing League Discord talking about some nerves, and I actually loved the advice that a lot of people were kind of giving.
I had to prevent myself from giving the most vague and general advice just to be funny. I was like, he probably don't need that right now.
Yeah, it was just some really good advice. I love the support from the Knapp Daddy Racing boys.
Yeah, then immediately after that, you can go over and check out Intensity Broadcasting. Once again, that is on YouTube for the Doghouse Racing League. Got a bunch of these guys in here. Brandon Trush, Justin McMahon, Bill Gentry, actually your top 4, Daniel Wilkerson, all going to be racing over there tomorrow night. Hunter Foley might make an appearance. Plus or minus, give or take. Not really sure the odds. Stephen Bonomo for sure. Josh Cully. Not sure if Brandon Lopez will make his run there, but I know he likes Watkins Glen too, but definitely not my track. And with my foot feeling the way it does, I just don't think it's going to be a good one.
I know I heard some people giving Everett some advice, and what was some of the advice? He was talking about some of the nerves that he was having, and John, I know you told him that nerves are good because it means you care. And I think that's really great advice. And then I think I believe it was Brandon Lopez that was giving some good advice as well. It was just trust your talent, go with God, and yeah, we're all going to be cheering on our boy tomorrow night in his first Legends race. Now that he's got an official ride, and then like John said, make sure you go check out Intensity Broadcasting after that for the Tuesday Night ARCA Series at Watkins Glen, where the last time I raced was in a public official, and I got cursed out in 3 languages.
Well, you probably deserved it.
I was not particularly fast. Finished like 8. I was faster than other people.
When we get back to the stripe here, we're going to have 16 laps to go. All these guys should be good on fuel, so it's going to be a sprint to the finish here. Brandon Trush, Justin McMahon going to be on your front row with Brandon Trush there on the outside, McMahon on the inside. Both of those guys working together as, I guess, unofficial, official teammates. I'm not really completely sure. Sometimes that team system over there gets me a little confused, but I know Daniel Wilkerson working well with him as well, Bill Gentry as well, so that's a good top 4 to have there. And you got Greg McConey and Hunter Smith and mad fast. I'm sorry, not Greg McConey, it's Matt Quick. That Rusty's car is getting to me.
Greg McCody's still right there in the mix. Matt Quick, Hunter Smith going to be 5 and 6 coming to this restart, and then Edward Smith going to be on the low side of his son here coming into the restart. And then you're going to have Zach Baker, Greg Rittenauer, Greg McConey making up your top 10. Send this thing back to Green Flag Racing at Talladega for what should be the closing stages of this race.
That restart was a lot less organized than I expected, but it looks like a lot of teammates are trying to get in line together. That'll be the play of the race if they can get lined up.
Oh, Justin McMahon and Bill Church wobbly right there.
Oh, 78. Got a little bit loose too.
Yeah, so Lopez there at the top side on the wall. Mitchell Wilson is inside. You see the 78 written out on the bottom. Thomas O'Loughlin now back on the lead lap, making up some spots. And I wouldn't count out that Ray Rittenauer team with Josh Cully either. Trying to catch my foot from that quick. Our Kohlhaas and work together to get to the front. Matt Quick would make it 3 wide there, going to the outside of Hunter Smith. Trying to get some help. He's got Greg McConey behind him.
Yeah, he's got the help, and then Talladega has the space for it, but we are 3 wide here on lap 66. Greg McConey going to go back to the middle. He's going to roll with Daniel Wilkerson there on the inside, or the middle lane rather. Brandon Trush going to be in the lead of that middle lane. Justin McMahon, Bill Gentry, Zach Baker, and then Edward Smith going to be on that low side. High side a little bit more disjointed right now. Matt Quick leading that line off with Joe Tardif and Mitchell Wilson behind him. Daniel Wilkerson doing an incredible job of pushing for Brandon Trush there. With Justin McMahon very, very fast on the low side as well. Needs a little bit more help from Bill Gentry to get that thing going. And then here comes Matt Quick and Joe Tardif. Big push from Joe Tardif. Matt Quick on the high side.
Just good old 3 wide Talladega Racing out here.
You got me holding my breath right now. Man,
Get Greg McConey
these
back
guys
to the
are
lead.
putting on a show.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Brandon Trush moves Bill Gentry.
What a save!
Everybody's able to
What
save
a
it.
save!
Edward Smith. I'm not sure what happened there. Bill Gentry lost steering or what. He's slowing it down though. Oh yeah, he's definitely got a wheel that's down. I don't know if he was able to steer that, which is why he was coming back up to the top of Edward Smith there. But what a good save by everybody and all around involved in that. Unfortunately for Bill Gentry, I think he might have to bring that thing in. What, that right front was kind of, it was the left, or the right front was a little bit messed up.
Yeah, Bill Gentry coming over the radio apologizing. Said he had a tire go down on him after that contact up front. Got Lars on Gaiman in the comments saying, go Ty. Jamie Horn in the comments saying, good luck tomorrow, buddy. Oh, Lars on Gaming, that is Everett Larson. So Jamie Horn wishing him good luck. Everett saying, miss y'all and go Brandon Lopez, and then goodness.
Speaking of Brandon Lopez, he's giving a big push to Ty Robertson as they're going for the front. Look at all this movement. These guys are putting on a great race right now. Brandon Lopez may have lost his help. So Greg McConey's trying to stick it in there in the middle right there. What a move.
Robert Kohlhaas trying to get caught up to the back of the pack right now. That is P16 trying to get caught on and get into the draft. James Grammer just able to get caught up to the draft. He's going to be in that middle lane pushing Josh Cully.
And that outside has a huge head of steam right now. What a move by Brandon Trush. That was a great move. Now everyone's still lined up on that outside.
The outside lane really starting to form up now. Ty Robertson going to be back to the lead now. He's being pushed by Matt Quick and Mitchell Wilson. Hunter Smith is going to be in fourth with Ray Rittenauer. In fifth, low side is going to be Brandon Trush, and then Greg McConey and then Brandon Lopez. Josh Cully, Justin McMahon coming in hot on that outside lane. We are back to two-lane racing. Ira Kohlhaas able to get caught back up. He's now in the mix. Daniel Wilkerson catching up to the draft on the low side. He's going to be back in the mix as well. Brian Gibbons going to be 5.7 seconds off the pace in 17th. And then Edward Smith able to get it back on the track. He's going to be 11 seconds behind. And Steve Bonomo, 15 seconds. Bill Gentry still on pit road. Now going to be 3 laps down. And Gary Armijo, the only car that has called it a night so far. As you're on lap 72 of 80 here at Talladega Super Speedway. Everett in the comments cheering on Ty, also encouraging him not to miss pit road. I don't think anybody's going to have to come back down pit road. At least we hope not. But Ty Robertson right there, second in line on the low side, doing a good job of pushing Mitchell Wilson, who has been having an incredible season here at Western Park, still chasing his first Knapp Daddy Racing League victory. They both get a little wobbly right there. That high side coming with a ton of momentum right now. Hunter Smith is doing an unbelievable job of pushing Matt Quick right now.
And he's doing a great job of staying between the teammates. He's keeping Matt Quick from the front bumper of Ray Rittenauer, which is a great position to be in right now.
Back to 3 wide racing here at Talladega. Everett in the comments saying, oh no, he's behind me. And Ty Robertson, our only current 2-time visitor to victory lane here in the Knapp Daddy Racing League in this season. Mitchell Wilson been having an unbelievable season, still chasing that first victory. That middle line starting to form up a lot of momentum here.
Yeah. I don't know if he made a move or if he got shuffled out.
Hunter Smith going to the low side either by shuffle out or by choice. Now those teammates are going to be linked back up on the high side. Greg McConey going to let the high side form with Ira Kohlhaas right behind him. Wow. Greg McConey back to the inside, separates the teammates. Josh Cully getting separated back out. He's going to have to get caught by Daniel Wilkerson in that middle lane. Now Matt Quick, Ray Rittenauer on the high side. Hunter Smith being pushed by Justin McMahon on the low side.
There they go.
Who all got caught up in that one?
Not Trush. Was Trush was maybe in it, in the middle of it. Oh no, it was Mitchell Wilson. It was right behind Trush. But it was not Trush. I should easily get this repaired and get back out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a very exciting restart here at the end. So once again, we want to make sure that we thank everybody for tuning in with us tonight. I know you have lots of choices in sporting television to watch. I think we've gotten through a lot of it. Now that the Knicks have won the NBA Finals, and now the Carolina Hurricanes are your Stanley Cup winners.
My mic was muted to that whole wreck analysis, so I love that.
Oh.
But Steve Manomo coming down pit road still had his fast repair available to him to use. He did not use it when he came down. Ira Kohlhaas actually used his when he came down pit road that time. Mitchell Wilson had already used his. Josh Kelly already using his as well. So those guys out of fast repairs right now. It looks like half the field, a little more than half has used theirs. Justin McMahon, Matt Quick still has one. Ray Rittenauer, Brandon Lopez, Brandon Trush, Daniel Wilkerson, Zach Baker, and Thomas McLaughlin, and Edward Smith all have a fast repair remaining.
Looks like everybody choosing their spot for this restart here.
A lot of guys going to that outside up front. Interesting, bold moves up there.
Hunter Smith electing to go to the outside with Matt Quick, and then Greg McConey, Ray Rittenauer, Zach Baker on that outside lane. Inside lane is going to be led by Justin McMahon, then that number 5 of Brandon Lopez, followed by Brandon Trush, Daniel Wilkerson, and then Thomas McLaughlin. Then the outside is going to be joined by Ty Robertson and Joe Tart of James Kramer. Going to go to the inside. It will be 2 to go when the pace car pulls off of the track. We will have one attempt at green-white checkered if it is needed. Everett Larson saying, well, 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 in the comments. I mean, this is Talladega racing at its finest right here.
And again, I feel like I always say this, but I really like where Matt Quick's at, and I like where Greg McConey's at for this restart.
Jamie Horn in the comments saying, I'll be shocked if that's the last caution. Going to get wild. Talladega is doing Talladega things here tonight as we get ready to take it back to green flag racing. 2 to go here when we get this thing back underway. Everyone trying to get lined up to be in the best position to make a push here at the end. Hunter Smith, Justin McMahon directly beside each other, waiting for the gun to go. Here is the restart.
Man with a great restart, getting really close to Hunter Smith there on the high side just to try to see his car a little bit better out the right side of his car.
Man with a really good restart. He's got Brandon Lopez directly behind him. Hunter Smith gets a good push from Matt Quick
outside.
directly behind him. Outside lane's got a lot of heat to it right now. Low side needs to get going here. Justin McMahon, Brandon Lopez, Brandon Trush down that low side. Daniel Wilkerson trying to get caught up on the inside lane.
Hunter Smith's got to pick a lane here. Greg McConey's going to help him choose.
Hunter Smith closing the door on Greg McConey on the low side. Hunter Smith goes back up to the high side.
Oh, what a block.
Hunter Smith goes to the high side, gets on the nose of Matt Quick. White flag is in the air.
Oh, man.
Greg McConey has the inside. Hunter Smith has the outside. Both being pushed very, very strongly. Brandon Lopez elects to go to the inside with Justin McMahon.
Oh, they're spinning. That's Zach Baker. Brandon Trush. No
Keep
caution.
going. No caution. Still going.
Hunter Smith goes to the inside. Greg McConey.
Oh, Hunter Smith into the wall. Big pile up.
Racer back to the line.
Racing back to the line here. Matt Quick going to come out of Talladega, your race winner. Brandon Lopez going to finish second. Justin McMahon going to take third place by a nose over Joe Tardif.
Wow.
What a race. What a night at Talladega. Talladega just continues to do Talladega things. Matt Quick, your race winner in that 89 machine. Brandon Lopez finishing second. Justin McMahon coming home in third. Joe Tardif going to come home in fourth. Edward Smith going to finish fifth. Daniel Wilkerson getting sixth place. Mitchell Wilson going to finish seventh. James Grammer's going to get eighth. Ty Robertson ninth. Steve Manoa is going to finish 10th. Brandon Trush going to get 11th. Greg McConey 12th. Zach Baker going to finish 13th. Ray Rittenauer 14th. Ira Kohlhaas 15th. Hunter Smith going to get 16th. And then Josh Cully 17. Thomas McLaughlin 18. Ryan Gibbons 19. Bill Gentry 20th. And Gary Armijo 21st.
I'm not sure if we just lost Matt Quick or what. I know we lost him for a second there and he came back, but wow. What a finish there. Let's go back and watch that there at the very end. Trying to go back to wherever Hunter Smith got involved. I feel like I missed a lot of what happened there.
Yeah, scoring got crazy right there.
Everett Larson in the comments saying, "Dang it, poop." But good job to Brandon. Jamie Horn said, "Make sure to tell Lopez I said if he took lefts, he would have won that race."
Hunter Smith trying to go up for the block on Greg McConey. Not clear enough, just gets into him. And look at Justin McMahon, that 24 car getting bounced in between. Ray Rittenauer collecting Ty Robertson. That was going to definitely take a position away, but
Matt Quick actually just came over the radio, said that he went to try to do donuts and iRacing punted him out of the session.
yeah, I was wondering what happened there.
Apparently iRacing is no longer a fan of donuts.
Let's check out this finish here between Justin McMahon. Joe Tardif will try to get you a flagger cam as we come around or a finish line. I believe that's a little bit blurry there, but you can see just how close that was. Justin McMahon on the outside there. I mean, that's almost a wheel well as those guys come across the finish line.
Unbelievable finish. Unbelievable race. Talladega, baby. You gotta love it. What a show these guys put on here tonight. But we are going to take 1 second. I believe we actually already have them all in the waiting room. We're going to collect our thoughts here. Make sure that we get everything situated, and then we are going to get you your interviews with your top three of Matt Quick, Brandon Lopez, and Justin McMahon. Make sure you do not turn that dial.
Welcome to the Knapp Daddy Racing League, where the competition is high and the theatrics are higher.
They bring it down the stretch one
It's
last
sputtering.
time.
It's sputtering. He's shaking it.
Sputtering. Brandon Lopez wins it at Charlotte in one of the greatest fuel strategies you will see.
It's close battles, tight racing, and non-stop action. Y'all ready?
Come to the home stretch for the final time. I think Ty Robertson's running out of gas. Ronald Breland's running out of gas. Ronald Breland going to be your winner of the very first race.
Get loud. Get ready.
It is going to be Hunter Simpson taking the race here at Auburn. Right there on that checkered line. It is going to burn it down with a well-earned and deserved victory.
Let's go. It's the Knapp Daddy Racing League, only on the Knapp Daddy Racing channel.
And we are back here on the Knapp Daddy Racing channel. I do have your top three up here in the waiting room right now, so I'm not going to keep them waiting too much longer. I'm going to bring up Justin McMahon first, your third place finisher tonight. Justin, you got Hunter in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, Justin, congratulations on third place tonight. What a race for you here tonight. Talladega was doing Talladega things here all night long, but talk to me about how you were able to kind of navigate your way through the trouble there at the end and come home in third place.
Yeah, I don't know if we got lucky there. That last rack, I was able to keep it straight, but really just trying to time your runs and just be very precise on picking your lane and what you wanted to do there. But yeah, I got lucky, I think. Kind of wanted to stay up front for the most of it to try to keep that track position and hope that the wreck didn't start up front. But yeah, other than that, I mean, once we figured out that middle groove was a little bit better than that bottom line. We kind of gravitated up there and was able to get up front and hold it up front for a while. So that definitely helped. And then that caution came out right when we were trying to pit. So that kind of helped us again. So, I mean, realistically, I mean, it was quite a bit of luck tonight, I think, more than anything.
I think some, and in apostrophes, John would argue that a lot of Talladega is luck. But talk to me about the lanes on the track. We were talking about it before the race, how hot the track was and how it seemed like it was probably going to be a little slicker than normal out there tonight. But it seemed like that middle lane really started going, especially towards the back half of the race. Talk to me about how, if at all, that changed throughout the night.
Yeah, no, I think once you realize that the side draft really affects the cars on the bottom more than it affects the cars up top. If you let the inside lane get up to your inside, you're still going to slow them down when you come off, and you can side draft them and just keep that momentum on the outside. So, gravitating up there, I mean, either way, I don't know if the track changed a whole lot to change how the car reacted on the track, as much as it just was over time, people realizing that it was the better place to be. I mean, either way, when you got up behind somebody's bumper and you close, if you're out front, the car got super free. So that was an aspect of it. You kind of had to manage that and time your pushes and your entrance into the corners. So that had a lot to do with it also. But yeah, I mean, you could just maintain that momentum on the outside and just keep that run off.
Well, either way, man, congratulations on the third place finish tonight. We are headed to our all-star race for our next race. It's going to be at the 2008 Atlanta. How do you feel about 2008 Atlanta going into that next week?
I love it. I like it better than the new one.
Me too.
It should be a good fun race, hopefully.
100%,
Hopefully
man.
I'll be up front.
100%. Well, again, congratulations on the third place here tonight. Congratulations on dodging all the Talladega trouble. And we will see you next week. Congratulations again.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be Adjustment Man finishing up in third place here tonight. Coming up next, I do have your second place finisher in Brandon Lopez as I drag him up here to the booth. Brandon, you got Baker in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, hey, Brandon, man, great run. A great run, but also kind of felt like you were all over the place tonight. But in a good way. You put on a show, for sure. Just tell us a little bit about the night, from the back to the front to everywhere that you were at.
Almost to the grandstand a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just depending where I was gonna start in qualifying, I wanted to. If I was gonna start top 4, I was gonna stay up front and control the pack. But since I started in the back, I decided to stay in the back for whatever long I can get. But each time I had momentum or I wanted to go back up, I would get into a wreck. And I mean, the stage break stuff, I probably could have done things differently there. I was just wanted to take control of the pack and lead a couple of laps because I haven't done that at all that much this season. So I just want to get points. And yeah, we were just battling and got into the wreck the first time, and then the second time, I don't know what happened in front of me. I tried to save it as much as I can, and I got into Matt. We were just talking about it in the waiting room, so I had to be back into fixing my car and making sure that everything was good. I didn't use a fast repair the whole time. Every single my damage was about 30 seconds or less, so managed to fix everything and try to get back on front. So but mostly my teammates calling everything out and working with them helped as well. And yeah, it was just all luck as well, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, man, it was a great run and great, to watch you do all that. You just said something, and I'm going to circle this back to something we asked at the beginning of the broadcast when we were talking. Do you think qualifying is important to Talladega?
Depends on your strategy. I personally think it depends on your strategy. Like for John, I raced with John, and he knows that I like to be in the back if I don't start really up front. So
Yeah.
I like to be in the back if I'm not up front because I can observe things. I can see who's racing, who's driving, like what, who's driving aggressively, and then I can stay in the back, and if I have teammates in the back, they'll be even better. But if I'm on front, I try to take control of the race and try to stay up front as much as I can.
Yeah, well, that's a great way to look at it, and I think that's a great strategy too. And I mean, it worked out for you tonight, finishing P2. Yeah, but before we let you go, are there any shout outs you want to give?
Yes, I just want to thank God for the opportunity to race every single week and meeting these people, my teammates, for helping me out throughout the race and giving out comms and being helpful. I want to thank you guys for broadcasting and every single time we race, and it's fun to watch back and listen to and study. I want to thank my teammates and my family for watching, and my friends as well. Love every single one of you that watched and supported me throughout the race. And yeah, I just want to thank the admins for running this league overall and doing a great job.
Yeah, I got one more
We
thing
thank
for you,
you.
Brandon. Before
Oh,
you go here, Jamie Horn said if you would have took 2 left tires on that last stop, you would have won that race.
Oh my goodness! You know what? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, we were talking about
knows?
your strategies in there. Very creative is a good way that we're going to put it. So,
Creative. That's saying it
Yeah.
in the way that's you're not sure if it's positive or negative.
well, it worked out here for you tonight, getting a P2, and looking forward to talking to you next time or next week, maybe if it's broadcast or the week after that.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Have a
All right,
good
man.
one.
See you.
Bye bye.
That's going to be Brandon Lopez finishing up in second place. And coming up next, I have your first place finisher, Matt Quick. So I pull him up here to the booth. Matt, you got a copy of this in the booth?
I do.
Hey, man, congratulations on P1 tonight. It was quite a ride. You started in 20th place, got our biggest mover award, moving up 19 spots to take home P1. Talk to us through that race. Specifically, I want to know about earlier in the race. You guys took a very early pit stop away from the rest of the pack. Was this something planned, or was this kind of a spur-of-the-moment decision?
We decided that that's what we wanted to do in case there was a caution. And Talladega is a big enough track of if you pit early enough and you don't worry about tires anyway. So whenever you pit, and as long as you have enough fuel to make it to the stage, you'll just cycle up to the front. So we didn't want to get caught in anybody else's thing. We got together. We pitted. I kind of psyched myself out on pit road because of the new pit limiter thing or pit speed thing where it shows the 10th of a mile per hour, and it was throwing me off. So I was a little slow coming in and off of pit road, and Coley had to back up to grab me. Got up to Coley, got up to Ray, and then we pushed the crap out of each other, and we stayed in line, and that's how we were making faster lap times than the rest of the field. Fortunately, the 5 and somebody else was able to get within a 6/10 of us and stayed in our draft just long enough, and they caught us. And then they started to side suck us and allowed the other pack to catch us. It made me super, super angry. And yeah, that was the first stage. And then we died at one point. And then after the stage, I was split from my teammates. I knew Coley had damage. But no, I was together with everybody. And then Coley and I decided to play dumb games to win super prizes of let's get the fastest lap. So we were starting dead last at the beginning of the second stage. We'd back up and just try to get a good run of the field. So we were running the third line, and all of a sudden that wreck happened, and Cully ended up on his lid, so he died. And then we were all kind of split from that point. So then I just kind of stayed in the pack. I knew this B car or the Xfinity car or whatever it's called now is outside car wins. You don't let anybody in your right rear, or they're going to suck you back. So that's what I played. And if you saw me, I'm trying to think like 20 laps to go or whatever that last one of those last restarts. I just started working on third lane, even by myself. I got to run because the second line was just checking up and it was taking me off. So I just started the third line by myself. So there by myself for a little bit, and then finally a couple cars came with me, and I started side sucking and got to that second line, and I just wanted to stay there while everybody else played Dale Jr. games of trying to block bottom and top. And if you remember, I did not block any of those because I don't like playing those games. I just stay where I'm at, and I just side suck everybody, and that's how I kind of stay with my track position. And then Ray caught up to me finally, and we were trying to work together, but it was actually kind of hard to working with two instead of just me by myself. And the bottom line kind of got away, and then a caution came out. And then we had the choose rule, and I knew I wanted the top line regardless of what was going to happen because that's where I wanted to be. Because there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to clear everybody. And second place dude decided that he was going to go on the bottom. That opened up the top for me, and that's where I wanted to be. And I got there, and I think Greg was behind me, and then it was Ray Rittenhauer. And we started, and we got our damn good launch at the first one because I was watching first place all the way to that restart zone, and then started going. And I think his name's Hunter. He was paying more attention to me than the bottom line. Greg was able to get a good run on the bottom. And they started playing Dale Jr. games with each other of going back and forth, trying to block each other and all this other stuff. And that's, I think Hunter cleared himself into Greg. And it gave me a wide open field after that. And killed everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of chaos in your back mirror there for a little bit there at that last lap, but able to pull it off. Not next week, because next week is going to be the All-Star race, but the week after for points, we are going to Charlotte. Give us your thoughts on Charlotte Motor Speedway and what you're looking to bring there.
Obviously, it's not going to be like a super speedway race. I think Coley, Ray, and I are damn good at what we do, working together and trying not to screw with anybody else. And we nail pit strategy. Charlotte's just going to be saving tire. Depends on how many sets of tires we get, seeing if we can save a set or so, and playing the field from there. I'm sure the first half of the race is going to be caution free, and then the second half of the race, people are going to get brave, and I'm sure we're going to have a few cautions, and it's just going to have make sure you save a set of tires so you can blast through the field if you need to. And if there's not a caution, you're probably going to die on your old tires. So.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations again on P1 tonight. Before I let you go here, is there any sponsor or shout-outs you want to give?
I don't have any sponsors, but I want to thank Ray and Coley for having my back, listening to me talk crap to them the entire race through my ranting and yelling obscenities throughout the race, no matter how big or small they are. So I got to appreciate them for either muting me or just being my therapist. And you guys are putting on a good room.
Absolutely, man. It's always a good teammate that can sit there and listen to that throughout the whole race. I know I appreciate mine, so I get where you're coming from. But congratulations again on P1 tonight, being our 5th different winner this season, and picking up the win here at Talladega. So I hope to talk to you more next week.
All right, man. Hope so.
All right, have a good night.
Yep.
It's going to be Matt Quick finishing up in first place tonight. And I believe that's at both super speedways. That Sip and Shine racing team has picked up a win with Ray Rittenauer picking up the win on week 2 at Daytona. But that wraps up this race for us here tonight. Before we start heading out of here and packing things up, Hunter, give me your thoughts on the race.
Man, it was fun. It was Talladega racing at its finest. You saw guys trying to save things early on and just really trying to get after it there at the end. And we saw a lot of different guys take the lead, and then everybody else kind of trying to pile up there at the end. It was just super fun to watch. Super good viewership. I would certainly hope, and we appreciate obviously everybody for checking us out here tonight, whether that is new or old fans. But Talladega is going to do Talladega things, and the person who's able to survive it till the end is going to be the one that wins it. And Matt Quick had a very quick car here tonight, but he was already in a position to be there at the end, and he did a really great job. So congratulations to him getting his first win in the Knapp Daddy Racing League, and then same for Brandon Lopez and Justin McMahon, able to pile on there at the end and make sure they were able to get those podium finishes. Justin beating Joe Tardif by a couple thousandths of a second to get that 3rd place, but it was a good time, man. Looking forward to the All-Star race next week at Echo Park, and then headed over back to Charlotte the week after that for points again.
Absolutely. Baker, give me some closing thoughts here.
Yeah. Man, these guys just put on a great show, especially at that end of the race, like the 3 wide racing. I mean, it's Talladega. Like Hunter keeps saying, it's going to do Talladega things. But these guys still put on an incredible race. I mean, the end of the stage was great racing. Throughout the whole last run of the race was great racing. And I mean, like, we always say we like iRacing, not iPacing. And I mean, these guys did a lot of racing tonight. So it was really impressive to see what they did. And then, you know, at the end, a little bit of chaos happens, but it is what it is. But I mean, great finish. And a lot of great teamwork, though, by that team, like what you were saying, too. They worked really well together in the first stage. Some things just didn't work out for them throughout the whole race. But, you know, Matt Quick, Ray Rittenauer, and Josh Cully, they did still work really well together, even with, you know, the craziness that happened in the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, good race all around. There was a lot of good three-wide racing throughout this series here, this race tonight. And if you're not really familiar with iRacing, that is kind of hard to do and hard to find in a lot of leagues. So I was pretty appreciative of that as a league admin. Coming out here and seeing these guys able to hold it together three-wide for so many laps. So good race and expect nothing less from these guys. All quality drivers with good talent. For some of them, unfortunately, things just happen. I mean, it's Talladega. Even the best drivers get wrecked here. It's really, really annoying. This is one of the reasons why Talladega Daytona is on the bottom of my list for tracks I like to go to. I think Watkins Glen might be a little bit lower, but speaking of Watkins Glen, you can check out Intensity Broadcasting to see some of these guys out there tomorrow night at 7:45 on YouTube. And then if you want to check out more of Knapp Daddy Racing action, I believe we'll be back streaming next week, next Monday, starting at 8:15 right here on Knapp Daddy Racing. Not entirely sure if that's going to happen, the All-Star race, and we got some personal life things happening the next morning, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out with scheduling, but we'll try our best to get out there to it. If not, we'll be back the Monday after that at Charlotte, 8:15, same place, same time. Going to be a good one to get on this back half of the season. But that's going to be just about it for us here tonight. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us and spending your Monday night with us. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, which one is Knapp Daddy Racing. If you're looking for paints or anything else iRacing, check out knappdaddyracing.com. Also want to give a big shout out to Engine 4 Coffee Company, as you see on the right hand side of your screen there. Firefighter owned coffee company business, working out of Eastern Virginia and doing some really good stuff and some really good products. I'm not a huge coffee drinker myself, but that's one of the only things that I'll drink. And I know that he sources them, I mean, very, I don't know what the word is. It's legit.
Ethically.
I know it's ethically.
Legit.
That's a big thing for his business, ethically, but it is legit. It ain't no Starbucks grinded coffee or whatever that you can find. This is like straight from tree to a bag almost. So
I drink it every day. It's good stuff.
yeah, go check him out at engine4coffee.com and support a guy from Jobtown. But other than that, that's gonna be just about it for us here tonight. Again, thanks for checking in with us tonight. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, follow button. Throw some comments down there, and hoping to see everybody next time. So for the last time tonight, I have been John.
I've been Baker.
And I've been Hunter.
And we will see you guys next time.
Take care, everybody.
Welcome to the Knapp Daddy Racing League, where the competition is high and the theatrics are higher.
They bring it down the stretch one last time.
It's sputtering. He's shaking it.
Sputtered. Brandon Lopez wins it at Charlotte in one of the greatest fuel strategies you will see.
It's close battles, tight racing, and non-stop action. Y'all ready?
Come to the home stretch for the final time. I think Ty Roberts is running out of gas. Ronald Breland's running out of gas. Ronald Breland going to be your winner of the very first race.
Get loud. Get ready.
It is going to be Hunter Simpson taking the race here at Austin. Right there on that checkered line. It is going to burn it down with a well-earned and deserved victory.
Let's go. It's the Knapp Daddy Racing League, only on the Knapp Daddy Racing channel.